All right, folks, welcome back to the channel here. It's Monday, 31st of October. It's Halloween. You have to excuse me, we got the neighbor doing yard work next door. Today's video is going to be about painting a whammy tank. So what we're looking at now is basically a hydraulic tank with blocks on the end. This one came from Hilo Hydraulics. Obviously it's chrome, and then got top pressure side returns. It's got the Hilo logo on it. This one came from CCE. These blocks came from eBay. They're blanks, but they're the same thing. 1/2 inch top port, 3/8 side return. So we got one chrome, we got one raw. We're going to be painting this one today. It's for the 68, and we're going to go black on the tank. So I'm going to walk you through the steps on how to achieve this. It's real simple. Doesn't take a lot of time. First order of business is to wash it with soap and water. So let me do that, and I'll bring you guys back. All right, so we got our tank washed with Dawn dish soap and a red Scotch-Brite pad. Just to clean it up, it had some residue on it, so we don't want to make a mess on top of a mess. So here's the products we're going to be using. We're going to be using epoxy primer, we're going to be using black base coat, and we're going to be using some cheap JC 630 Shopline Clear. In order for the epoxy to adhere properly to the bare metal, we're going to be using 80 grit on a 5-inch DA. So we're just going to scuff it up real good with the 80 grit on the DA, and then we're ready to get it in epoxy primer. You probably could spray base coat directly on top of this bare metal, but I don't recommend that. I mean, I definitely wouldn't do that on the exterior of a car. This is going to be sitting inside someone's trunk, out of the elements, and it's going to be sitting still. It's not like it's going to be moving around. So you could probably get away with that, but we want to do things the right way. So let me scuff this thing up, and I'll bring you guys back. All right, so here we are. I got it DA'd with the 80 grit. I don't know if it's going to pick up, but it's definitely scratched. I spent probably about 3 minutes on it, went really quick. Then I went again and washed it with more Dawn dish soap and red Scotch-Brite, twice this time because it was messy. Went ahead and mixed up 3 ounces of sprayable epoxy. So 1 ounce of epoxy primer, 1 ounce of activator, 1 ounce of reducer. So it's basically going to be used as a sealer. On the outside of a car, I wouldn't do this. I would go full strength and then wait and sand it and a whole different process. But like I said, since this is just going to be sitting inside someone's trunk, out of the elements and not moving, I think we can get away with just sealing it. So let me get this thing hung up, masked off, bring you guys back once we start spraying. All right, so I got this thing hung up, a little masking inside. We're not going to be focusing on the inside, so I think we'll be okay. I got an old Boss fitting up top just to keep the threads clean, and I just hosed it down with some water-based wax and grease remover, microfiber towel. Gonna let it sit for about 5 minutes. Like I say, I got 3 ounces mixed up. It's been marinating. So, bring you guys back. I'm gonna get you guys set up on the tripod so you can see me spray. Forgot to mention, I'm gonna be spraying this with the Iwata LPH 400 1.3 orange cap with a knockoff disposable cup system. I like using these disposable cup systems when I'm spraying small stuff. And actually I'm going to spray all 3 products out the same gun, so keep the gun cleaning down. I really don't like them when I'm spraying a lot, like a car or half a car or something. I like them for small things. So I wet the floor down because it is kind of dusty outside with all the pollen floating in the air. This thing's been sitting. Let me get you guys set up here and get to spraying. Alright, so here we are. It's been about 10 minutes since I sprayed the epoxy. As you saw me do, it kind of took a little more than one coat. Took almost 2 back to back, mainly because the steel has some imperfections in it that I didn't like, so I went ahead and put another coat on and filled most of them in. What I'm gonna do now, since I did spray 2 coats, is I'm gonna wait about 30 minutes, about 20 more minutes here, and before I go straight to base coat. Probably gonna go ahead and tack rag it, but you don't have to sand it, you don't have to do anything. So, bring you guys back once I mix up the base coat. All right, so I got my gun ready to go. Got the base coat, just some leftover material from the last job. Just about 3 ounces is probably gonna do it. Just gonna go 2 coats. We already sealed it in black, so the black is gonna cover, it's probably in 1 coat, but we're gonna go ahead and do 2. So I'm gonna get to spraying, get you guys hooked up on the tripod. All right, here we are 2 coats later. Still wet. It's got to flash off, do its thing. Since we did kind of go a little quick on the sealer and the base coat, I'm gonna let this sit for about an hour before we go to clear, maybe a little bit longer. It's really mild. It's only 79 degrees. So it's not 100 degrees like we're used to, where it flashes off really quick. So I'm gonna let this thing gas out for about an hour, go find myself something to do. Bring you guys back once we start mixing the clear. All right, so here we are about an hour later. I got some clear mixed up. I just mixed up about 4 ounces or so. Like I say, it's a cheap shop line that we had left over. I think we paid in an engine block or something, or maybe a steering column a while back, actually in March. So it must have been the orange LS motor. Just some leftover stuff. I want to go ahead and use it up, so it's not taking up space. I'm gonna spray with the same gun, 1.3 Iwata. Spray at about 25 PSI or so. So it's been sitting for about an hour, and I assume it's gassed out. So let me get you guys set up on the tripod here. We'll spray this clear. All right, that's the first coat. Sprayed at about 25 PSI. I think we're gonna go ahead and do 2 coats simply because I have enough clear to do that. And just in case we get any little nib or something on some area that might be seen, we can wet sand it down. But so far, so good. Bring you guys back for the second coat. All right, here we are, second coat. I didn't do any recording because I don't like to get overspray on my phone. But that's the finished job. I like that clear. It's very similar to the SPI production 4-to-1. I prefer the SPI production 4-to-1, but they kind of spray out the same. I don't know what the Shopline stuff costs, but I'm sure SPI is cheaper. So that sums it up. I'm just gonna let this thing sit for a few days or a while before it gets assembled, but you can apply this process that I just showed you to all kinds of things, interior pieces, anything in your trunk, batteries, pump rack, motors, end caps, using the automotive grade finishing products, and you get a real durable finish that's going to last a really long time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more work.